Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 163. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Ryder and Timothy Hall, of course. And as always, we are talking games in life, life and games. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by and listening for a little bit. Let's see what's going on this weekend. Let's go with Router.
I'm going to pull a Hall. Oh man, I'm tired. I got to say, I'm tired. This past week's just been crazy. So proud papa moment. The crib is gone. The toddler bed is gone. We now have a full bed for our girl. And so she's like super excited. Like as they were bringing in the mattress and everything, like as soon as they were done, she ran in there, started jumping on it. And then she's like, wait, I don't have any blankets. I'm like, hon, it's okay. We got it all. We just got to unpack it. And cause we bought a lot of that stuff before, and we actually, we ordered this bed in July, like July 7th. And it just came, it was on back order. And I hate shopping for furniture. So like when Lauren dragged me out, I was like, but it was like July 7th that we had ordered it, and then it just came now. So,
oh my gosh, where'd you guys get it from?
Sprints, and they're usually they're usually pretty good with that stuff.
Yeah, that seems like a long time.
But it's the it depends on who you like, what manufacturer you purchase. And so this thing has been back ordered, and then it was delayed for some reason. I have no idea. Whatever. Was
it a kid's bed? Like it's a kid's bed, or it's like a?
No, it's a full size actually, because we figured we'd let her grow into it as long as possible. So she's styling, profiling in a full size, which is good.
That's awesome.
And man, let's see. So Pumpkin Fest happened this past weekend on Saturday, which was a lot of fun. And they closed down Main Street, and everybody dresses up, and all the stores trick or treat. So I had to go to Costco and get like those 150 count candies. Those big old bags of the good candy too, like the Almond Joys and the.
You should have just brought all your stuff from Mickey's Not So Scary.
Oh no! I ate all that, dude.
Candy.
No, screw that. I ate all that. So Saturday morning, my breakfast.
In other news, my pants don't fit.
That's right. In other news, I'm huge.
In other news, I got a touch of the diabetes.
Diabetes. I need some oatmeal. Or Quaker Oats. So anyway, yeah, so that happened. Lauren has a tent, like a booth tent that she can use, and she got that in front of her store. So I set that up early morning, and then it was a little rainy too on that day, but there weren't a ton of people that dressed up this year. I was a little disappointed because normally I see a full on Boba Fett, like 3 or 4 different Star Troopers, and a great Darth Vader, and I didn't see them at all. Apparently there was a Chewbacca, which I missed. But there was a really good Batman, I must say. And
nice.
Yeah, like full on, like legit Batman costume. So like movie quality costume. Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, it looked really good.
Did they have their eyes painted too? Like around their eyes dark?
Yep, eyes painted and everything. Yeah. So it was really cool. Oh my
gosh.
And while I was there, I ran into our boy Jonas Applegate, our MTTG Nashville guy. So he came into the booth. He's like, Router. I'm like, hey, man. And so he introduced himself because I had never met him.
Do I know you?
Yeah. But so it was really great. I got a picture with him and put it up on Twitter. And he was just with his son, just trick-or-treating. And so, yeah, it was really cool to link up with some MTTG family, which is great, especially local. And then let's see what happened.
Jonas is a good guy.
Yeah. He's really cool. So then I ended up...
Jonas is the one who introduced me to Stancil.
Right, and that's what he said. That's his claim to fame. He's like, yeah, I helped Gabe link up with Stancil. I'm like, well, there you have it.
That's right. So that's right. That was Jonas Applegate. Shout out.
That's right. So I did that. We had Pumpkin Fest, and then Sunday it rained. Man, it's been raining and raining and raining. But I had to leave Monday morning for a business trip out to Phoenix. So I went out to Phoenix to see Pureflix Entertainment. They're a big client of mine that puts out quite a few movies. They're coming out with another big one, and so they wanted to bring out the entire marketing team to have like a day and a half the marketing power session, and it was great to like see everybody that I've worked with for years via email and everything. So I head out to Phoenix and got back in at like 1:00 last night, or yesterday, 1:00 in the morning. So it was a quick trip. Like we were out there Monday morning. We were in meetings, and then like late Tuesday afternoon, we head back to the airport, and we took we call it the Nashville shuttle. It was like the 6:40 flight, and everybody from from Nashville who was out for that meeting was on this plane back, and we got in at like midnight, so I didn't get actually back here and in my bed until 1. But it was cool. I felt all business-like, and I'm out jet setting and
I know, right? Let me just run to Phoenix real quick.
Right? Let me just head out there. Man, that place is beautiful, but very, very just brown. That's all. Like there's no season, there's no like colors or anything. But it was
desert, baby.
But holy cow, man! That night, that desert moon came out, and we got a full moon this Halloween, by the way, gents. If it doesn't rain, which it's supposed to here, but man, that desert moon was huge. Monday night, and I was like, wow. I mean, it was almost like the sun, like it was almost daytime. It was really cool. Let's see what else is going on.
You gaming? Did you get the game?
Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen,
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I think we got ourselves an Assassin's Creed game again.
Oh yeah.
I'm really so I've only played I'm only 3 hours maybe into it.
Okay.
But overall, so far, really good. Like,
shut up.
It's the voice acting is great. So far, the story's really good, and man, there is a huge comparison to Brotherhood right now.
Really,
even the interface is kind of a throwback to Brotherhood, which is really great. Like, I'm not being flooded with a ton of different icons right now. I'm they're pacing you really well. The twins are awesome, Jacob and Evie Fry. Here's the cool part. You can switch between them on missions or just whenever you want to. And each twin has their own set of like different skills, and you can as you level up, they level up with you, but there's also different skills that each one has. And I got to say, man, Evie is awesome. Like
baller.
The combat with her is so freaking cool, and it's like so much more aggressive combat than any other Assassin's Creed I've seen. I mean, and it's more brutal, which is really cool, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm having a great time with this. I can see myself playing this for a long time. So
does it look amazing?
It looks really good. Like just the landscape with 1868 London, and you don't even you don't even start in London. You kind of start on the outskirts, but man, it looks good. The free run, they really have fixed that, so I'm not jumping up on a table, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Like I'm not just squatting on a chair trying to jump down off of it. Like I think they've improved that quite a bit too. So I'm very encouraged, and I'm having fun with this game, and it's giving me a lot of throwbacks to Brotherhood because now you're recruiting gang members. The storyline is great because you have this, and it's like a typical storyline of you have this monster gangster who kind of who runs everything and has his hands dipped in everything and has different factions in London, and you start in one little district to another and start peeling that apart. You're battling these other gangs, and then you're recruiting gang members. So you are the rooks, and so I think we're going to see more of that Brotherhood where they can I can already bring some guys with me, and
people will jump out the woodwork on you.
Yeah, they can fight for you, and then you continue to recruit. So there's a lot of Brotherhood in here, which I'm loving so far. Woo-wee. So, dude, I am excited for this game. I'm like screw sleep, going back to sleep after our podcast. I'm probably going to play for an hour because I missed it. I really it would have been great for me to play Monday, Tuesday, but I couldn't. So I put in as much as I could Saturday morning and Sunday morning, because knowing full well that I'd be gone and I wouldn't be able to do anything before the podcast. So, but man, so far I'm really, really digging it. And it seems like a lot of other people are digging it too. I'm seeing a little chatter. I'm not paying too much attention to like critics chatter as much, but fan chatter, and especially the fanboys and girls that do pick up this franchise just like I do every year are they're starting to be like, this is great, this is really good, this is what we need. So I am very, very excited.
Dang it. That is, it's so nice when something lives up to
As soon
what
as
you're
I put
wanting
it
it
in,
to be, you know?
like I started getting those feels probably an hour, like a little less than an hour in. I'm like, okay, like,
I'm
like
like,
the title treatment doesn't even come in until after you've finished one mission. And the tutorial or, you know, it's not necessary. Like I kind of know most of the controls. They've kept them somewhat similar, but I mean, they ease you into, this is some of the things that you can do. So I'm already at I already leveled everybody up at 3. So I'm still really early in the game, but so far the process is fantastic and the pace is great. And like, unlike you, I'm still trying to figure out why Unity just was so disappointing. It's because they just threw everything at you. They're not doing that in this game right now. I think they're pacing you really well. And there's not as many. Yeah, there's not as many. Like, remember that screen grab in Unity that I took with just all those buttons? It just would have gave
like somebody took a pepper shaker,
exactly, and just
gone to town.
And you know, they're not focusing on the online stuff. Like, hey, these are online missions, and that kind. Like, I haven't even touched any of that yet, which is fine. And maybe it's because I haven't unlocked it. I don't know. But so far, so good. The pace is great. The voice acting is fantastic. I really, really like the voice acting. And Jacob, it's really cool. The twins, Jacob he's got this more Ezio Auditore cockiness to him, which is great, but in a British accent, which is even better. And, exactly. And Evie, her voice there's just something about it, and she looks great. And they just kind of banter back and forth, but like as brother and sister would, and it seems so natural. And I'm really digging this. So what I'm doing, like my strategy is I'm alternating. So with each mission, I'll do Jacob on one, and then the next mission I'll do Evie. And so far that seems to be working well. And I think that helps with, like, I don't want to like have one be so leveled up and the other one not. And not have all the skills that they need, but they each have their own set of little skills, which is really cool. So yeah, man, I've talked
a particular set of skills.
So I've talked way too long, but yeah, that's my quick Assassin's Creed Syndicate review, and I'm encouraged by it. I know a couple of other family members have picked it up, and they're encouraged by it too. So
have they pretty much dumped the Animus stuff by now?
Yeah. I mean,
get out of here, Animus.
They're still using the Abstergo, and they do talk about memories, and they
kind of have to.
They did, yeah.
The whole thing's built on it, you know.
Yeah, the whole thing was kind of built on it, so they have to at least intro a little bit of it, which they do. They do a quick intro, but boom, you're right into it. So it just makes it a lot easier, because I hated that stuff anyway. Even day one on all that stuff, I'm like, this I don't like this.
Yeah.
So just get me to the history stuff, get me to the memories and all that stuff. So yeah, man, I'm gonna look at. I may even look at some of the trophies and see if I'm going to platinum this. I don't know. I haven't looked at the list yet, but this is.
Yeah, don't get something spoiled for yourself.
No, exactly. A, I don't want to get anything spoiled, and B, I do want to take my time with this, because if this is the Assassin's Creed game I've been looking for, I want to milk this for all it's worth, because
Amen.
I don't want to just main mission everything if I like it, like especially if the story keeps going the way it is, and the interactivity. I want to keep going with this and take my time with it as well. So there it is, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And happy Halloween, man. We got Halloween coming up. I'm very excited. We usually do our annual Halloween party. It's supposed to rain. So far, right now they're saying 80% chance, but at least it's going to be like 59 in the 50s that night. So it's not going to be like 30 like it was last year.
Right. So, that was crazy.
Oh, that was nuts. But I am so excited for Halloween. I love Halloween. It's so much fun. And then we get to...
as a side note, I think that's where I met Hall, was at you guys' Halloween party.
We all met for the first time at my Halloween party, I think.
How long ago was that?
That was
3 years ago.
That was Assassin's Creed 3. Because remember, you guys wanted to see gameplay of it, and I showed you.
I felt like that game came out a lot longer ago, because there's been so many since then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it might be 4 maybe, because it was 3, Black.
At least one per year. So
3 Black Flag, Unity,
and this.
And now Syndicate. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So happy Halloween. And then after we get all dressed up and eat some candy, we get to gain an hour of sleep, which is awesome for most of us in the nation.
Is that happening this weekend?
This Saturday at 2 a.m. Put your clocks back an hour and we gain an hour of sleep. Daylight savings, baby.
I always wake up feeling a little bit better after that.
Yeah, until it's 5 o'clock and it's pitch black.
Exactly. And you're freaking tired and depressed.
And then you're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. I wish the sun was out.
That's right. That first week is always a little like weird. You're like, oh man, why is it's so dark? I'm tired.
You don't know how to feel about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right, boys, tell me about your week.
So
let's see. Starting with the weekend, Chris and I went up to Ohio for my cousin's wedding.
Sweet.
OH.
Ohio.
What part of Ohio were you in?
Dayton. Specifically
I was in Ohio
Dayton.
this weekend too.
Were you up north?
I was in Columbus.
Who are you kidding? You performed at the wedding, didn't you, Gabe? I knew it.
I was there. I know. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, I mean, pretty fun. They had their ceremony on the University of Dayton campus because they both went there.
Oh, cool.
And just had a really good time. Visited with my mom, got to see her new house. She just bought a new house and she's kind of been remodeling it, so we stayed with her.
Did you ask her where your room was? Where's my room, Mom?
Yeah, where's my room, Mom?
No, but my youngest sister basically has her own office, so I guess it kind of works out.
Nice. There you go.
Which probably would have been your room.
Yeah, maybe. Does anybody have that situation at your parents' house where they still have a room for you?
No. No. Those days are long gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my room was gone about 15 minutes after I left, so.
They're like, you're up out this thing, peace. And let's make that a workout room.
I always thought it was funny that parents do that, like they keep their kids' room, except for when kids go to college, because then, they got to have a place to come back to.
Oh, right. Yeah, once you're past the college phase, then you kick them out.
Yeah.
That's going to be my deal. Like, go out, get a job. You're not living here anymore. Go.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
But we're here for you, sweetie. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Yeah. But whenever you do want to come back, just give us 1 month's notice. We'll get our room ready.
1 month's notice, 1 month's rent up front.
That's right.
Exactly.
And will you please sign an initial here, and here?
That's awesome. Nice.
Definitely can't mention going to Ohio without mentioning that we got Tim Hortons at least 2 times.
Sweet.
Timmy who?
And we ate Skyline Conies and Gold Star Conies.
Of course.
Ugh.
Delicious.
You know Conies, right, Tim?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, we had this discussion before. Sorry.
We had to get each because, so for the last few times, like we've only gotten Skyline, and I've always mentioned or not Skyline, we've always gotten Gold Star, and I've mentioned Gold Star is our favorite, but we got them back to back this time so we could compare, and I don't think there's a difference. I think it's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-mm.
One's cheaper. Gold Star is a little bit cheaper, but that's it.
So, what's your go-to that you get?
It's going to be Gold Star again. So, when we got back, I started playing some Witcher.
Yes,
because I want to finish it. I want to finish it before the end of the year. I don't think it's going to happen before Fallout. Now, I don't really know.
We got 2 weeks.
Well, because I am playing The Witcher and then spending the rest of the time watching Fallout 4 videos. So,
oh no, you got sucked into that. That's awesome.
Nice,
dude. The perks chart that they've released is pretty awesome. It gives you a pretty good indication of what you're going to get every time you go down the path. So I guess every time you do a level now, instead of you can either add a point to your stat meter, like your special stat meter, or you can select a perk. I don't understand why you wouldn't just select a perk every time.
I know. I did. I remember doing a lot of perks and not necessarily like just that number, the incremental level number. I'd rather get the perks because once you find those weapons and those things that you're comfortable with, like that, I just perked the crap out of those and made sure that I had everything kind of leveled up there.
I made sure I had that mess perk where it was like basically everybody just blows apart into pieces.
Oh, it's awesome.
Like even if you just like, even if you just like hit them with a pistol in the foot, they explode.
They just blow up. Oh, it's so great.
So
you are going to be our definitive Fallout 4 source man. That's why I'm not playing that until you're way into it, and because I want you to just enjoy it all, and I don't want to play it because I know you've been beyond excited to play it, and I want to get your thoughts on it before I start. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Sounds good to me. You'll be our definitive Assassin's Creed guy, except
I'll do that.
Just won't play it.
Yeah, because I know you guys probably won't play it, but I'll try and convince you.
I'm playing it.
You are?
Heck yeah.
All right.
Playing it on PC.
I love
Assassin's
Creed though.
If you want, like once I finish it, then you can borrow it. That way you don't have to buy it.
Now we're talking.
Because you can probably start playing Tomb Raider for all of us.
And I will be playing Tomb Raider.
I know you will.
Woo.
So
can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Sorry, I'll continue.
Not much more to say, really. I hate when I set an alarm and don't give myself enough time to snooze, because that happened this morning.
Oh, that is the worst.
Does everybody kind of do that? Like where you set an alarm for like 20 minutes before so you get 20 minutes more of sleep?
I used to, when I was growing up, I would set my alarm an hour ahead of time and snooze the whole hour.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm telling you, it's a great idea.
I'm so weird. Then I hit the alarm. Boom. I'm instantly up. Like,
really?
Lauren's like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just, boom, let's go. Let's start the day.
So basically,
this is the only morning I do that.
Every morning is Christmas morning for you then.
Exactly. Yeah. If I'm really tired, like I'll just like lie there for a little bit, but, and then sometimes I fall back asleep. So, I sleep in, but most of the time, like this morning, like even though I went to bed at 5 a.m. alarm, I was like, boop, up, ready to go.
Man, I can't. Weird. If I were to have laid there after my alarm this morning,
you would have been.
Y'all be doing this on your own. I think Gabe's in Vegas again, I guess.
In his dreams,
right? Because gracious, man, I'm not good at getting up.
It's so funny.
I don't snooze these mornings. Because it's too early to be risky. Doing all that business. Yeah.
Well, and that's part of the reason too. It's like, I got to check. I got to get up and just check and make sure I have everything for the show. So that's part of it too. I get it.
Oh yeah. That too.
Yeah, I do the recap. Mm-hmm. Which, speaking of recap, there isn't much to recap.
Oh my gosh. Anything else, Halsifer?
That'll do.
Hey,
that'll do, Pig.
Ambassador, man, you've been all over the place this past week, and we saw some great pictures with some families. So talk to us about the tour, how things are going.
It was so much fun. It was the most exhausting weekend of the tour so far, but it was awesome.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
You know how like you'll get a bunch of work done at the house, or you've been out in the yard and then you lay down at night and you're like, I'm exhausted, but I'm so happy because you just feel like you wouldn't got it done. Mm-hmm. That's how this weekend felt. So, starting in, I think out of the 4 days, there was only one day I didn't see people.
That's so great.
So Des Moines was the only place I didn't see somebody, but then, in Chicago,
we got people in Chicago.
We got somebody in Chicago. Got to meet up with Nick Cooper and Adam, who goes by Fluxel on the forum. And oh man, Nick had his family there, and he has got the cutest little girl.
Aww.
Had me missing home like a beast. 11 months old. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And so they took me to a place called Level 257. And so I have to kind of tell a little story here, but the place is owned by Namco, and so it's a Pac-Man themed.
Wow.
It's like Dave and Buster's, awesome, except like highfalutin.
Right.
Like real swanky Dave and Buster's, where it's like everything's just modern and cool looking, and it's got a restaurant that's expensive and a full bar and bowling alleys and then
arcade
the bartenders
games dressed up like people from Tekken.
No, but that would be incredible.
Put that in the notes, though. Good idea.
Free idea. There you go.
Yeah, get after it, level 257. So level 257 stands for, so the highest level that you can achieve on Pac-Man is 255. And then once you beat 255, the next screen is called the kill screen.
Yep.
And half the screen is the game and half the screen is just like jarbled code. Because the Pac-Man was made to be infinite, but back then they didn't know how to make it necessarily actually infinite. And so nobody's ever beaten level 256 because half the level's not actually there. And so they're like, well, we're going to call our place level 257 because it's the next level of entertainment. It's
wow. I like that, man. That is some deep nerdy stuff right there.
That is some nerdy stuff.
I love it.
And so it was just a really cool place. You don't buy like tokens, you buy time. So I think we bought an hour. It was like $15 for an hour worth of game. You could play whatever game they had there.
That's not bad.
And so, yeah, exactly. Especially for it being as swanky as it was. You know what I'm saying? We have like a $10 place here in Nashville, but like, you know, 15 for that place was really good.
Yeah, that place was say, and you have to die real fast in every game.
Exactly. So you
get your money's worth.
But they did have like the Star Wars pod games there.
Oh, wow.
And so it made it like, I don't know, it made it just really, it felt like you were getting your money's worth because that pod game in regular arcades is $5.
Whoa.
And so, you know, yeah, exactly. A little steep. So anyway, got to hang out with those guys the first day. That was awesome. Adam wore his MTTG shirt, which always makes me feel at home.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next day I was in Indianapolis, Indiana.
I
was going to say, wow, I didn't know that.
Did I mention it's 5:30 in the morning?
No, that's right.
And and I got to see my boy Matt Macbeth, and you might remember his name. He's the one that like initially got me into E3, like the very first time I ever went. And Matt Macbeth has been a friend for a while, and so it was really great hanging out with him. And he's got a new company, and they're launching a toy this Christmas. It's called Edwin the Duck. And he gave me one to bring home, and Amara loves it.
Awesome.
And so it's kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, that's fun. He's made a thing for kids. I brought it home to a kid and she loves it, you know? And so they're rolling that out this Christmas. Great time with him. And then the last day I was in Columbus, Ohio, and got to meet up with Matt Leidy, the Leidies.
The Leidies.
And then he was like, he picked me up and he was like, all right, so I'm taking you to a guy's house. And I was like, what? He's like,
am I going to die?
I'm taking you to a guy's house. That's what I told him.
Before your eyes.
Exactly. I was like, this is weird. And so we go to this guy's house named Andrew. Shout out to Andrew. And he takes us to the basement, and Andrew has the biggest collection of video games I've ever seen in my whole life.
Wow.
Like crazy from except the only thing he didn't have, which was hilarious, was the newest stuff.
Yeah.
He got all the old stuff like a couple times over. And so he would have, 4 PlayStations, 7 Nintendo 64s. I mean, it was like crazy town. He has every game ever made for the N64. He's got over 900 PS3 games. Wow. I mean, it's like you go down there and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just one of those things where you're like, this is incredible. And so he has like a story for so many of the games. Like, oh, I got this here for this much. I got this. And I asked him, I was like, how long have you been collecting? He said 20 years. And I was like, you don't look that old though. How old are you? He's like, I'm 28. He said, when I was young, when I was a kid, I just had the foresight to start collecting, and I'm still collecting.
Wow.
So it's like 20 years of him and his mom going to flea markets and pawn shops and garage sales and video game stores and just picking up stuff. And he had Nintendo games Nintendo games in the box that were worth thousands of dollars.
Yep. Wow. I was just going to say he's going to be one of those guys you hear about. Like, we're going to read a story about this guy at some point.
Exactly.
Oh, sure.
It's like video game collection valued at $1.1 million or something crazy.
Right.
Yep.
It was the most impressive thing video game wise I'd ever seen.
There's your retirement.
In real life. Oh yeah. I mean, he could go buy a house for sure. So it was really, really cool. Really cool talking to him. And then met up with old Arctic Warlocks.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with two Matts and an Andrew. and it was just a good time, man. We went to a place called 16-Bit, which was a barcade situation, and next door was a hot dog place.
Oh yes.
I mean, they were just speaking my language all day.
Mm-hmm.
And
those kind of go together.
Exactly. And the barcade let you bring in food from other places. And the barcade was, all the games in there were free, like as long as you bought a drink. All the games were free. And so it was really, really fun hanging out with Matt, and Andrew. We went around to video game stores because, obviously Andrew knows all the good ones in town. Hello. I mean, he's got, biggest collection of, exactly. Picked up Shenmue 2.
Yay!
So, we might get this thing.
We're going to get it
started back up.
We're going to get it on and popping.
Yeah. I would sing the Shenmue Saturday thing right now, but it's not going to happen at 5:30 in the morning. It'd sound like a hot mess.
It's on and popping now, baby. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. So I got to find a 360. And because the 360, what people don't remember is that it's all fine and good that the Xbox One released that it's going to be backwards compatible with some games of the Xbox 360. But the Xbox 360 did the same thing. They're backwards compatible with some Xbox games.
Yeah, buddy.
And so I got Shenmue 2.
You don't have to buy the Dreamcast version and basically go bankrupt. So
exactly, because that version is so expensive.
Yep.
It's about $150.
Yeah, not too
bad. To get the Dreamcast version. Mm-hmm. But bad enough when you get hooked up at this video game spot for $25 for Shenmue 2.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to jump into that. I don't know when I'll do it. I've got to see what our bus situation is. We're switching buses. So our last bus had a 360 on it. I don't know if this one will, but if it does,
can you request it?
I know.
Just be like, I'm sorry,
hey,
Toby,
I was wondering.
Toby needs an Xbox 360 on this bus.
Right.
When I got my 360, one of the first games I played on it, I think, was Star Wars Battlefront. Like the first one, the original Xbox one.
I saw that in the store this last week.
It's good.
And so, man, it was just a good weekend, man, of hanging out with all these guys and seeing the family and the community and spending time and just hanging out and getting to know those guys better. And
so jealous.
Swapping stories, and it was awesome.
Having some laughs, man. That's what it's all about. Our little ambassador is out and about in full force.
Exactly. So I'll be back out this weekend. Where am I going this weekend? I'll be. We're not anywhere because it's Halloween.
Hey.
We'll be home. I'll be at the Router's house. So
buddy.
Y'all need to holler at me.
That's right.
That's where I'll be at. So I'll tell you guys where I'll be next week. But and then we sold the house.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
The house is sold.
Yes, sir.
So that's crazy. We move in December.
Oh, wow.
Beginning of December.
Just in time for the holidays.
Exactly. And we're moving freaking on one of those little 3-day breaks that I'm home.
Oh, Lord.
Exactly. That's when I'm moving.
Okay.
And so it's like get home on Monday. Yeah, exactly. I get home on Monday, close on both houses on Monday, get the keys to the other house. We ask them to let us stay in our house for one more night. We move Tuesday. Wednesday, I leave.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Right. It's going to be like that.
If you need anything, I won't be there. I'll be there.
I'll be out of town. I'll be in Phoenix.
Yeah, I'll be back in Phoenix. No, man, call me. I can help you. I can always get up out of work in the middle of the day and come down.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a whirlwind.
Yes, it will.
It's exciting, and everything else is pretty normal. Gaming front, I'm playing Oregon Trail, ORGAN Trail.
Nice. You're doing all the eclectic weirdness stuff, man. I love it.
I know.
You're doing all this
indie
stuff.
Yeah, I really like it because it's just like a little different. You know what I mean? and maybe a little unexpected. And I felt like I needed to do a Halloween game, and I'm not going to do a real Halloween game.
Oh,
let's keep it real.
No fun.
I know.
That is no fun at all.
And so doing that, what other game? I started another game, I feel like.
And you didn't finish Witcher, right?
I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're done.
Like, I want to, but just with the season.
Mm-hmm. Tis the season.
Tis the season to get my game on. Mm-hmm. Fa la 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 la, up, down, left, right. So,
ooh, I like that.
And so, yeah, everything else is great, man. Remy's still here.
No, I was just gonna say, he's still around.
Yeah, he's still here. Good. So that's cool.
That boy is cute, man. Holy cow. He's getting his personality now, man. Just like his daddy.
I know, he's smirking and everything.
Oh, yeah. He's got that swagger.
I know. Trouble.
Trouble. Yeah, he's trouble. He's going to be trouble. I can feel it.
I knew you was trouble when you came out. Anyway.
Nice.
Anyway, okay. Our weekend update has been half the show.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, man. I love hearing all this.
Oh, man. I think that's it. There's something else, but I'll remember halfway through the show.
All right, good.
All right.
Burst out of nowhere.
Right, exactly. Yeah, one more thing. All right, Rowdy, you got it?
Bring it.
Well, let's do it!
I got this game, Halo 5? Is that what? Halo 5 Guardians? Is that what it is?
Hallowed be thy name.
Guardians, yes.
War.
Halo 5, people. Happy Halo 5 week out this week and on Tuesday. So it came out yesterday, not on Friday. I actually had a discussion with the guy at Best Buy about it, and he's like, yeah, everything's kind of switching. They're testing it, apparently. They're testing it out for a little while.
I don't like it.
And I told him I don't like it because, he's like, I like it because it's the weekends and, you have more time to play and all that stuff. I'm like, well, my play time is during the week, typically at 5 a.m. So I miss Tuesdays. But anyway, Halo 5 Guardians, Xbox One, go get you some. Lighty, I know you're all over this, so go for it.
You know he is.
Enjoy. I watched the first. So that was another thing I watched. I think it was like the first 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, nice. That's good. And then if you don't want to play Halo 5, you can play WWE 2K16 and get your wrestling on.
That's right. Yeah.
I wonder how those games are now.
I don't know.
I haven't played a wrestling game, I think, since the Nintendo 64 ones.
You are not lying. I'm right there with you.
I've never played a wrestling game, and I'm fine with it.
The Nintendo 64 ones are pretty good. I mean, I don't know how they hold up, but
back in the day,
they were good.
Two others to note: Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. I thought that was interesting. Not definitive, death as in DEATH. So that was clever little pun. They got the little play on words they got going on. So Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition for the PS4 and Xbox One.
Nice.
And then Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition for the PS4 and Xbox One. So it is all Halo week, folks. Go get you some Halo. Oops. We had two. Gilbert Arias at Gilboat, MTTG Oops. The BB-8 toy has wheels in the body that moves it, that head doesn't move. And he sent us a link on YouTube that shows kind of the innards of the BB-8 toy.
No, that's not right. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, can we like dispute it? Can we like
oops for a response?
Yeah, can we get MTTG rebuttal? That's what it should be. Can we have like?
I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, no, that's
MTTG,
awesome.
Hang on a sec.
MTTG debate team.
Yeah, I want it to be like MTTG. Well,
yeah, well,
actually, you know what's funny is that yeah, when I saw that oops, I was like, shucks. But I had looked at a guy had built a life-size BB-8.
And that's how he did it.
And that's how it moved. And I figured that's how the movie one moved, not necessarily how the toy ones move.
Right. It's all good, man. Either way, it's all good.
I'm sorry.
Don't cry, dude. We're good. And then Brett T. Bowden at Bust a Lip, which I love that handle. That's great.
No, that's great.
Gabe saying, quote, I don't know if a new PS4 owner should get the Nathan Drake collection, end quote. What? Of course they should. I agree.
Especially if they didn't play it.
I agree with Brett on this one, man. You have to, because that's how I started too. And the Nathan Drake collection is solid. So
it is an amazing game.
And I played the demo just to kind of see like how it works with the new 60 frames, like 60 frames gameplay. And it runs a lot smoother now.
Really?
There was so much like hitchiness like in the originals. So it just depended on where you were. But yeah, the 60 frames, it's solid.
Wow.
No slow down.
Love
Very
that.
cool. There it is, boys. Back to you. What do we got in news?
Halsifer.
I figured we'd bring up Star Wars stuff now that it's been mentioned in the Oops. One thing that we didn't mention on the show, we kind of mentioned before the show, we were like, is Luke Skywalker the bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, this is how I'm feeling. I have not looked at anything beyond the trailers.
Yeah,
because I don't
me neither.
I just want to enjoy the movie when it comes
either.
out.
Yep, exactly.
But I've definitely talked to people like at meet and greets. Like a guy came through with a Stormtrooper shirt on, and I was like, "Oh, hey, hi, come over here." And so me and my buddy Ryan Lampa were like, "All right, so Luke, he's not the guy in the black mask, is he?" And he was like, he was saying, "No, he's not." And I said, "How do you know?" He's like, "I just know." And I was like, 100%? He was like, "Yeah, 100%. He's not that guy. I don't know if he's not a bad guy."
Right.
He just figured he's not
guy.
Kylo
Ren, because somebody else said that too. Because there is a shot in the trailer where you see a ponytail out from under his helmet, and it's another kid.
Luke could have grown his hair out.
Maybe.
Luke's got a mullet. You're like,
it's the sky. Oh, then he's going to start the Skywalker mullet trend. That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
He's like, I'm Jedi up front. I mean, didn't Obi-Wan have a mullet for a second? Like, Ewan McGregor's.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor had like a braided mullet.
He kind of had like a mullet going on.
God, those were horrible.
That's the Jedi haircut, man.
Can I say that? It's what we were talking about this too, because one of my buddies posted a Facebook post with like a little pic, and it said, use Star Wars quotes to describe your love life.
Oh, nice.
So, like, and all of his friends quoted from 4, 5, and 6. Nobody quoted from 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
And somebody made that mention, and he's like, because we all know who the real nerds are.
That's funny.
And I was talking with him, like, I don't remember. I remember 1 because it was just like the first one. I don't remember 2 and 3. I really don't. I couldn't tell you which scenes were from which one. It was it just was forgettable, I guess.
Yeah. So, I remember Natalie Portman jumping down onto the back of something and giving Anakin a kiss on the cheek. And that's all I remember from all 3 of those movies.
Oh, that's not even that great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My point.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not reading a ton of theories too, man. I finally got my tickets. I'm taking my brother and my nephew for the 5 o'clock discount showing on Friday.
No, that's right.
So I got I think I've always gone to for my
you going
Star
on Friday
Wars
or Thursday?
Friday. They didn't have the Thursdays were 3D, which I didn't want to deal with.
No, sir.
And they were and also because my nephew still has school, so Friday is his last day, and he's taking a half, and they give him a half day. So
gotcha.
I wanted to go with with my nephew and my brother, the boys, the Router boys, because we were all excited for it anyway, and that was the best time that he could do it because he couldn't do the one because it's too close to leaving school.
Why are they starting to show movies the day before? Because I'm going at like 10:40 the night before, like on Thursday.
That has
I leave
to be
Friday.
Just a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, look, this is free money for all the theaters, so they're going to put as many showtimes and pack as many auditoriums in as possible, and on any type of time frame and day. So I think, we all know this is going to break all kinds of box office records, make a ton of money, hopefully set the tone for the next.
It's going to set the next record. Two. It has to.
Yeah, there's no way it's not going to.
Yeah,
got to, right?
So yeah, it's interesting. But back to your point, yes, I'm with you. I don't know. I don't really want to know until I'm in the theaters, eating my popcorn, crying a little because I'm so excited.
Exactly.
And, just enjoying the movie and enjoying what I'm hoping and pretty sure J.J. Abrams is going to deliver something pretty dang incredible.
He's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So
JJ.
I love his purist nature of it too. Like I did hear a few interviews, like he's really trying to follow the Star Wars legacy to a T. And just be as meticulous as possible with that. And I love that he's doing that.
No Jar Jar.
No Jar Jar.
Hashtag no Jar Jar.
Hashtag no freaking Jar Jar.
Well, speaking
That's why fans will love it.
Right. Yep. Speaking of movies, if you've gone over to the old Kickstarter, Don Bluth has a Kickstarter over there trying to get a Dragon's Lair movie going.
Ooh. Okay.
Don Bluth and Gary Goldman coming together once again to bring the classic arcade game Dragon's Lair to the big screen.
Ooh, I'll put $1 in.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to need more than that.
I know.
They are asking for $550,000. Right now they've got $71,000.
Here's a question. Is he gonna do the animation old school style? Like,
you have to, right?
That's what I would want to see.
Hand drawn, like, yeah.
It's gotta be.
That's gotta be cost more than that, though. Right?
Oh yeah. No, it has to.
Yeah. I don't know how much.
You know what it's really going to cost? It's going to cost time. This movie ain't coming out anytime soon. If he's just getting, I'm sure he's got storyboards and stuff put together, but if he's doing it the old school way, it's going to take a while.
It could be that somebody's interested in funding it. They just told him to go out and get his own. Get his own initial investment, and then they'll take care of the rest or something.
Yeah, it's true. Go test the waters and see if anybody actually wants it. So you can pledge from $10 to $10,000.
Oh, we got the 10,000, boys. Let's
yeah. We'll just do that real quick. And so Dragon's Lair. You guys know my love for Dragon's Lair 2. I liked 1 okay, but I really liked 2.
Loved 1.
And I can't believe that they're doing. I got to give a shout out to Ed Placencia because that's actually where I first saw this story. I don't ever usually get stories from the forum, but I want to give credit where credit's due if I do see it on the forum. And this was on the forum first. And so Dragon's Lair, the movie, 28 days to go. And they still need 400 and something. I can't do the math right now.
Oh, I think you're right. I think that's a gauge to see who is interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
If it were,
if they don't make it, I don't think it's going to happen.
If it were 503, you think it'd be funded?
No,
I'd fund it singing the song.
No, you wouldn't, because then it would be stuck in your head for the next year. I would donate -1 to that campaign.
I hate to say it, but I think it would be funded if it was one of his other projects.
That'd be rough.
No, yeah. I hope this does get funded. Not Fightful, but whatever it is.
Hey, the first movie was good. The second movie was pretty good when I was a kid. I don't know how it holds up. I remember Gabe mentioning it didn't.
American Tail's like the Ben-Hur of animated movies.
It really is.
Joker is so long. I'm expecting some sort of chariot scene, waters being parted, Moses coming. Oh my good Lord! Man. Come on now.
It's slow.
Yeah.
Isn't The Land Before Time also kind of one of those long ones?
Gotta be.
Yeah, I think so. They came out with so many of those though, like Land Before Time 17.
Yeah,
one is the only one that matters.
Of course.
It really is. That's usually the case. Give us something else, Hall.
Do we want to talk about the PlayStation Paris event?
Sure.
Paris Games. Yeah, let's
the inaugural first year, right?
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
There was a lot of announcements that came out of this. Quantic Dream has a new game coming called Detroit.
That thing looks awesome.
I got to see it. I read a little bit about it, and
it's nothing new. That's the only problem I kind of had with it. It's not a new idea. It's the whole like Detroit. They're calling it Android City.
Yep.
And they're making robots and stuff like that. You know, obviously to help with day-to-day life.
So it's like an iRobot scenario.
And the
Android
one girl
trying to self-identify.
Yeah, and the one girl human. Being like, I want to feel more than they told me I can feel.
So it's like, iRobot in video game format then. All right.
Yeah, it kind of is. So,
minus Will Smith.
Exactly.
I think it'll be decent.
So that was the only thing that disappointed me a little bit. I was like, oh, man.
It's been done before.
Yeah, we've definitely heard this story. You know what I mean? But it looks stupid incredible. That's there was no gameplay, right, Hall?
No, they haven't showed
the
gameplay yet.
Yeah.
Just basically just kind of a graphical demo trailer.
Mm-hmm. Looked awesome, though.
Gran Turismo Sport coming for PS4.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be next year. It looks like it's going to be a little spin-off of Gran Turismo, so they're not doing like a 7 yet, but I don't know. It should be something interesting in the meantime.
I don't keep up with those for whatever reason.
Yeah, next.
I haven't either for a while.
Next.
I remember playing the...
So impatient. I'm like, yeah, what else you got?
I remember playing the original, 15 years ago and being like, this looks amazing.
Yeah, that's what car games are for.
Yeah.
They all do, man.
Years, goodness gracious.
Yeah. I felt like there wasn't any huge announcements at this thing.
Yeah, I don't feel like that either. That's why I just wanted to mention a few of them. They showed off some Uncharted 4 multiplayer. The Uncharted games, I've played the multiplayer in 2 and 3. 1 didn't have it. And it was pretty good.
Oh, really?
So 4 probably not going to be any different. I kind of feel like Naughty Dog spent a really good amount of time making it good, even though that wasn't the expectation.
Interesting.
Playing the multiplayer on 2 right when it first came out, I was like, this is really good. So it was just really well thought out. The maps were really fun too. So that's kind of why, when the Uncharted collection was announced, everybody was kind of like, oh man, no multiplayer. Because it really was a pretty good part of the game.
And I think an open beta for the multiplayer is coming in December. For Uncharted 4.
Oh, I can't wait to try it out. I would say give it a shot because,
didn't you love 3?
Yes,
3's
it was really good. I played 30 hours of the Uncharted 3 multiplayer before playing the game.
Wow. Okay.
Yowzers.
So it's just really good.
Hey everybody, that's saying something if Hall's putting that much time into that. So
yeah, I used to be a real big multiplayer
PS3s.
guy. So
yeah,
fire up the PS3s and go back and try it out because I think it went free to play. So if you haven't tried it yet,
you're right. It did go free to play. You are right.
What else from that Paris thing?
I think there's only one more thing I guess worth mentioning. The No Man's Sky is coming on June 2016.
Yep.
Well, there's one more we can mention too. They did some Guerrilla Games game developer gameplay and a little more explanation on Horizon Zero Dawn.
I heard they did. I haven't looked at what they've done.
I was watching a little bit of it before the show, before this podcast, just to kind of see a little bit. And they did go back to some of the gameplay at E3, but they are also showing you some of the interface that's not completely done yet. But I'm excited for this game. I didn't get to finish it yet, but I'm going to go back, and that's the game on my radar this next year. Definitely.
That's awesome.
And you know what? The mech creatures, I really like them. And some of them kind of remind me a little bit of some No Man's Sky creature-esque stuff, but in mech form, which makes me think which makes me think I'm not going to play No Man's Sky. I'm going to play this instead. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
still looking for the point in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I was going to say No Man's Sky is doing something different. So I don't really know what yet, but
has it shown any kind of story? All I've seen is it's infinite. You can do everything. You're like,
I think that honestly, I think that's the story.
Yikes.
That you can do whatever you want.
Maybe it's kind of more Minecrafty.
Yeah. If that's the case, yeah. I mean, some people. Yeah, some people love that stuff, and some I need some structure in my life. So I want some missions.
I gotta say, I think more people like that than are like us, because
we might be a little old school.
My youngest sister, she had a PS3, and she definitely had Minecraft sitting out.
Mm-hmm. Really?
That's like an everybody game.
So crazy, man.
We must be the only ones not playing it.
We are the only ones.
We are the old crabby neighbors that are like telling the kids to get off the yard. Get out of the yard.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Stop it. Yeah, for sure.
I got to take my back pills.
I think No Man's Sky is going to be one of those polarizing projects. Like, it can't be just in between. It's got to either do extremely well or be terrible. Like, what do you guys think?
I think there's going to be a niche. I don't think it's going to be as big as they are hoping it to be. Like, when it first came out, everybody was like, "Whoa, this is great." And to be honest, when it first came out, I was like, okay. I wasn't too terribly impressed. I love the story of the developers. I think it's great because it's such they're small.
Oh, they're
super small guy and smart guys just putting something together. I love that. On the entrepreneurial side, I love that.
That's a hard word.
Thank you.
That's a hard word.
And that's for 6:30 in the morning. So I love that about them. As far as the actual content of the game, not interested.
It's one of those things where how you'll see a technology come out and the company is so excited about the technology that they put the technology out by itself, but it's not really until that technology is brought into it and under somebody else's umbrella, and it's a part of something else that makes it better.
And used for something, yes.
Exactly. Yeah, so the way I feel about it is like, No Man's Sky is dope, and I'm glad that they did all that to come up with however they had to do it to have the planets be infinite.
Yep.
But I wish that they would have, sold that and have that as an aspect of Mass Effect.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have Mass Effect the story, and then also you can go to every planet everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
That makes sense. It's kind of crazy that such a small team kind of came up with this.
I know, that is awesome. But it's there's a keyboard that I use, and it had kind of the same thing, kind of a Cinderella story of these guys and then getting bought by Google. And you're like, yeah, by yourselves, you can only do so much, but you come under the thing of Google, and then all of a sudden, the keyboard's everywhere.
It opens up a whole new world. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. We watched Aladdin the other week. It was awesome.
Oh man, that movie's awesome. I got to pick that up.
Amara had never seen it, and it was.
Yep.
She actually liked it.
Piper hasn't either.
It was great. The backwards compatibility is coming to Xbox One on November 12th. I just closed the tab on accident, but I think it was.
That's when the new dashboard comes out too.
Yes, all the same day. New dashboard and backwards compatibility. I think they said for 100 games it's going to be.
Wow.
So including the likes of Mass Effect and things like that.
I mean, is it a licensing reason that they're not just saying, okay, it's backwards compatible with 360 and all the games that were backwards compatible with 360, like the Xbox originals, will play too? Like I know they haven't said that.
It's a per game thing.
And I would assume it's first party games too, because that they have more control over and they can do it quicker.
They're getting some third party stuff, but it makes me wonder why they wouldn't. I mean, I guess there's no reason to, but like, why they wouldn't go back to the well with those Xbox originals and say, hey, do you want to bring this double forward?
Yeah, because they don't make no money off that.
Well, yeah, they don't make any money off of getting the other ones backwards compatible.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you can still kind of go to either. You can still go to a. Well, you're probably right.
I mean, because I don't want to say they don't make any money, but they lose out on the option. Well, maybe they don't even lose out, but they kind of like. It loses its luster for them to do an HD remake, if that makes sense.
Oh, you mean a remake? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, like, if they're going to say, like, okay, well, you can, have this, and this be backwards compatible, and then they released an HD remake, it's like, it's kind of taking the wind out of the sails, I guess.
Well, it's shooting yourself in the foot is what it's doing, because you're not going to make any money, because they're just going to, if it's backwards compatible, they're just going to play their copy. They're not going to get the HD version.
Yeah.
And that's, to be honest, the backwards compatibility issue is never going to be a moneymaker for them. What it does is it just reinforces for the consumer that this product is legit and cool, and you can play. It's just a consumer reinforcement piece.
It's a value add.
Value add, exactly. It doesn't do anything for them other than monetarily. It doesn't do anything for them, but it might help in that one person who has a ton of games that wants to play them and wants to get an Xbox One too.
I just want them to go back and make Gabe's Shenmue 2 work.
Exactly. Thank you, Hall.
Boom.
I know.
See?
I could feel that that's where you were coming from.
Yeah, looking out for your
boy. Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
PlayStation, on the other side of things, sent out a survey to its users, and here's one of the questions: Which of the below do you think are the most important features that should be added? I'm going to run down these real quick because there's a bunch of them. Notifications when friends come online, PS2 classics, folders, PS1 classics, appear offline mode, hide, completely remove items from library, delete items from your library, filtering options in games, downloading avatars, custom backgrounds, store wish list, increase the max number of people in a party, or change your PSN ID.
Oh, everyone's going to say that.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But I didn't know that they weren't doing PS2 and PS1 classics already. Like, how did I miss that? I thought that there was some of those that you could already play on.
I don't think so.
That sucks. Custom backgrounds I didn't know you couldn't do. It's so funny when these come out because I'm like, oh, you can't do that? That seems like you should be able to do that.
That's the thing, man. Like, we don't pay attention to that because we want to get to our games. Us where we can download stuff, redeem our codes, and play our games.
Well, with rest mode, I don't even go through the UI anymore. That little the
I know, right? It's
UI.
right there.
That's what I was going to say. Done. Like, it just no point to hang around in there right now.
Nope, not at all.
Exactly. Hall, you got anything else, brother?
To celebrate the beginning of the World Series, Bethesda has released a video for the Big Leagues perk. That's like
nice.
I think it's like the level 2 perk if you're going unarmed. And I think what it does is it doubles the melee damage on all your weapons. But also too, like you have a chance to hit a grand slam, quote unquote, which means basically people explode when you hit them.
That's awesome.
You got to see the video. It's pretty cool. And they show off like a baseball stadium that they've built within here. And I think it's supposed to be Fenway Park, but I don't think they're calling it that for licensing reasons.
Right.
So basically it's just the baseball park that's in Boston. So
can we talk about how pretty cool this World Series is going to be and how already game 1 goes into 14 freaking innings?
That's nuts.
And Royals win it with a walk-off? I mean, that's insane.
That is insane. And I don't even like baseball.
Game 1, I know. I don't necessarily care either way. I think I'll probably go with the Mets just because I'm a New Yorker. But but think about this. So power outage knocks out the World Series telecast for a little bit.
It does?
Yeah, it did. They go 14 innings, and it ends on a walk-off. And holy cow. I mean, that's just game 1.
That's nuts.
I think this is gonna be a one for the books, which I think it's gonna be really cool because I think these teams are very evenly matched. So it's gonna be really interesting to see.
Well, that brings me to my last story. Every year, I think we mention the Out of the Park baseball series because it's like considered one of the top PC simulations for baseball.
Okay.
And every year they do like kind of what Madden does, where they do like a simulation of the game and like how things are going to go. They did 20 simulations of the World Series, and the Royals won 16 of them.
Really? Yeah, we've definitely talked about the Super Bowl version of that.
They had the Super Bowl predictions. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Just statistically, via a simulation, it seems that
the Royals are going to take it.
Got it, yeah.
Interesting.
Nice. I love that.
And there's our sports update.
Exactly. Thank you, Timothy Hall. I
love it. That's good.
Awesome. You all out, brother?
Yeah, it's good.
That's good. That'll do.
He's like, I'm good. That'll do, pig.
We made it to the quota.
Exactly.
We filled our quota for the day.
I do have to say, only because you guys heard me wrestle around with it so much today, Batman Arkham Knight is finally back on PC for sale.
I was going to mention that, but I didn't want to depress you.
Yeah, exactly. I've already beaten it, so I'm not worried about it. But if you didn't get it at launch,
like months ago,
like I did, back in the summer, back when it was still daylight at 7:00. Well,
you did have to play that windowed, right? You said it, but you could still make it full screen, kind of.
I played it full screen windowed, but I played it frameless, and so it looked full screen.
Okay, so as long as nobody comes up and hits Alt F4, you're pretty good then.
Exactly. Yeah. or moves the mouse.
Yeah.
Alt Tab. So yeah, that was I'm glad that's back out for everyone to buy 6 months later. What it feels like. Oh gosh, what a train wreck!
What a disaster that was. That's not going to happen again.
Oh no. I'd imagine there's a lot of I don't know what you would call people that port games, porters out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
nope, not gonna do that.
They ain't gonna do that. You see what happened with Batman Arkham Knight?
Mm-hmm.
No, see, that's funny. Maybe this will happen again, and then the hashtag will be like hashtag Batgate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
everybody's like, oh, it's just like Batman.
Right. And the rest of the world's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
For the sliver of people that played.
What are you nerds talking about?
On PC. Golly. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys, what game or games did you dump quarters into back in the day or today? Starting, of course, over at the forum, because that's where it really goes down. Scott Cameron, he said X-Men, the arcade game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Final Fight, Street Fighter 2 as a teenager, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and probably Joust as a little kid. This is taking it back. Zaxxon, though, is probably my earliest arcade addiction. And I remember my dad holding me up so I could see the screen.
Oh, wow.
That's a good dad.
That's a good dad.
Use those arm muscles. He's like, oh, gosh, I wish you would die in here. I am Droot. Even though there weren't many arcades around me, there were a few arcade games that I really loved growing up. X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Arch Rivals. But the thing in an arcade that would always get my money was the Williams Slugfest baseball pinball machine. I loved collecting baseball cards as a kid, and this machine would give you cards depending on how well you did in the game. I remember that too. It would pop them out, pop, and you would look down and there'd be a baseball card there. So dope.
That's where the collectors put all their scrubs.
Yeah,
exactly. And then over on the forum, Stancil, a sighting on the forum. One day in the future, when I tell my boys I can't help pay for them to go to college, they'll be able to take comfort in the fact that their dad used to be a beast at the Police Trainer arcade game.
Yeah, buddy.
That's awesome.
He said, I played that game like crazy when I worked as a projectionist in college. Like so many others, my addiction didn't start or end there, though. I know I was known to drop Washingtons repeatedly on a crazy amount of other arcade games as well, including other notables such as Double Dragon, Joust, Rampage, and Dragon's Lair. I was just as obsessed with Don Bluth's animation back then as I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So Stancil, get on that Kickstarter, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, he's already on there. He bought the top tier. He bought the jacket or whatever it is.
He's got top tier. He's balling. He's
the investor.
Right. Over on Twitter, Paradise Lost at Lostest Gamer, The House of the Dead 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
nice.
my gosh.
That's a good one.
Dude, I used to play the mess out of House of the Dead. I just saw one. P. Vaughn at Dad Tax. He said Daytona, USA because Rolling Star.
Yep.
That's hilarious. And
Game
then,
over, yeah. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. And
man.
Tony Willis at Tony Dubs, Mortal Kombat 2 and Cruising USA. Oh, and Area 51 was my favorite first.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, first person shooter. Yes. So thank you guys for answering our question. We love that. There was so many good ones. So I encourage everybody to head over to the Twitter and see the answers and the forum, because there's so many that send me down memory lane, and so many that I'd forgotten about, like how much I played NBA Jam.
Yep.
I have to say this one just because I was crazy about it. VG Junkie at the VG Junkie said DDR Extreme and the best DDR ever made. The perfect track list. Ate up my money for a whole year and it was worth it. I used to play Dance Dance Revolution like the Antidote was in it.
Nice.
Oh, so I had it at home. And then, being the chubby ninja, you show up at the arcade and they're like, this guy's not going to be able to play this game.
And you're like, pow, 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 pow.
And I'm like, back up. And tear it up.
So you're saying awesome. There's a YouTube video from 8 years ago that was uploaded like right when YouTube was started?
Me sweating in an arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this chubby ninja go.
Exactly. It's back
go
when
ninja,
I had shirts
go
made.
Ninja, go.
Exactly.
It's either that or Darius Rucker plays DDR or something.
Yeah, exactly. A young Darius Rucker before he got famous. Oh, man. All right. Well, you know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Come check out marriedtothegames.com. Check out the forum. The YouTube channel is still on and popping over there. I don't know what's gone up there recently.
I've lost track because so much content's up there now. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Them boys are killing it.
Yeah, they getting after it. Tomb Raider, the old Tomb Raider is slowly getting put up there. Assassin's Creed Syndicate is up there. Layers of Fear and Oregon Trail that I'm doing is up there. It's really, really fun. Good times had by all. And Hall?
Rate us on iTunes so we can get some news.
Nice.
Yeah, please. Yeah. This is definitely like stuff starts coming out, but the news starts slowing down when you start getting to the holidays.
Right.
And so we start being like, yeah, and then something else crazy happened this week.
Well, pretty soon we'll be
stretching it out.
We'll start the debate of what's game of the year this year.
Oh, that's right. That's coming up.
Yeah, another reason I got to finish Witcher.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sure
so you can have a vote.
Well.
That's awesome. All right. Let's get into some questions.
We're going to start with email. Our boy Jeff Swan. Fellas, in the 8-bit generation, we got the D-pad. In the 32-bit generation, gave us 3D worlds and polygonal graphics. Last generation, we were introduced to HD graphics and mainstream online connectivity. What do you think the current generation of consoles will be remembered by? Whenever I hear this topic discussed, I often hear answers like social gaming and always online. But in my opinion, those seem like minor evolutions rather than something new, and aren't nearly as significant as something like introducing 3D environments. When we're listening to, quote, gaming with grandpas in 30 years, what do you think you'll remember this console generation for? Thanks for everything, as always, guys. I recently started a new job that has me spending a ton of time in the car, and while everything else feels new and unfamiliar, it's nice to have the MTTG crew along for the ride every week as you've been over the past 2 years. Thanks, Jeff. Man, that's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Jeff Swan.
I love
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen.
Jeff Swan.
Yeah, I love that. That is
man,
great.
he raises a very good point. Like, and I've thought about this too. Like, even before these consoles came out, there was such a big console. It was a console wars, right? Like, this is each one was duking it out to try and one up the other. But what actually do we have so far from these consoles?
You know what I think I'll remember the most, and this is going to be a little weird because it's not necessarily just about the PS4 because it dips back to the PS3 as well. But he's kind of talking about D-pad, 3D,
Yeah.
So he's kind of talking in chunks too. I think the next thing that gaming brought was storytelling. I think that they've really figured out and really put some time. Not that there wasn't great stories back in the day. There were, but because of the technology, we're able to tell a level of, there's a level of storytelling that can happen now that was unattainable 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'll look back and be like, man, there were some amazing stories that came out of it.
So it's not it's not about the console for you. It's more about the games on that console.
Yeah, just the way that we approached it. Yeah. Because I think what happened was nowadays there's the age group that's making the games was the age group that grew up with games.
Right.
Where before we didn't have that. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. Very good point. Yeah, I think these consoles are bringing just better quality, and that can be under the umbrella of a better story. But we're seeing better quality in the games because how many times every week do we say, "Man, that game looks beautiful"? You know, I mean,
right.
This generation consoles, I think, is bringing quality and definitely better quality overall, better quality in hardware, better quality in storytelling, better quality in games, better quality in gaming interfaces, you know, like,
oh yeah.
So I think it's just, we're seeing a higher level of quality right now. That's my take on it.
I think the quality bar has been increased because there's a lot more risk. Because it costs more to make a money or make a money. It costs more to make a game. Make a game in this generation.
You know, like a bruschetta. You want to make it the
money. Make a money.
You want to make it the money. That's good.
Yeah, it costs more money to make a game this generation. So since there's more risk, they're going to make sure they're not going to lose any.
It's funny. It costs more money, but the price point to purchase it has been pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When is that ball going to drop?
Sure has. I know. Golly.
$100. There you go.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Nice. Great. Good question, Jeff.
That was great, Jeff. Thank you for that. We got, we'll stay with email. Braylon Jones. I consider myself a very traditional gamer.
Wait a second. I didn't get to answer the question.
Yeah,
I thought you just did. Sorry.
No, I
thought you just did.
No. I was going to say,
what do you get out of this generation?
Share button.
Oh, all right.
Period. Like, it's so much easier to stream now.
It is.
I mean, I guess that kind of goes in hand with the social gaming thing, but that share button is like the first thing that like I saw about this generation that I was like, yep, that's different. That's something new.
It was different.
But
to put it on the controller was bold.
That's what I'm saying. Easy access to streaming something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, easy access to new content, and I think that's important.
Very true.
Sorry about that, Hall, man. I thought that was your answer. It was still good.
I was just trying to bolster that point.
He was expounding on your point.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so sticking with the email, Braylon Jones, I consider myself a very traditional gamer. Controller in the hand, game on the TV. But I have to admit, the game Robinson has me moderately interested in VR now. I still have to see a lot more of it to be worth it. Did you see any games in the PlayStation conference that made you think, now I'd really like to play that in VR?
Nope. I don't say that about anything, sadly.
No, I'm curious about this game. I don't know Robinson, so I want to look into it more. But
I was talking to the guys this weekend. I don't remember who I was having the conversation with, but and we were just talking about like what would it need to be like for virtual reality? Because I can't turn around on the couch,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And so it's got to be for me, for Gabe. Like it's got to be some kind of cockpit situation that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can see myself sitting down and not having to look behind myself. Right. So, if they came out with an amazing Star Wars or something like that, where, I don't freaking know.
Some kind of flight simulator.
Yeah, it's just got to be something in a cockpit. You know what I'm saying?
That would make me try VR.
That seems boring to me, though.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think. If I'm not going to be standing up and turning around and wrapping a cord around my feet without being able to see, and then falling with a virtual reality headset on.
I will say this: if gamers do have to stand up and move around a lot, we'll see a lot more skinny gamers. That's for dang sure. There won't be no chubby ninja. There'll be brick ninja. There'll be stacked ninja.
I like it.
Bodybuilder ninja.
As I take some Fritos out of the bag.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, whatever. I'm about to go ham on this Milky Way. Don't worry about it.
Remember when they were showing the Kinect and they were showing like a bunch of people jumping around in front of their TV and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like the VR thing like kind of makes me say that. Like I'm like, I can't think of a game that would make me want to do that. You know what I mean?
I think it's awesome you're having Fritos right now, and I can hear you having Fritos and loving every second of it.
I forgot I had them sitting here.
I think it's like a little. It's a surprise, little surprise for your game.
It's my
this
favorite
morning.
chip.
Happy Wednesday, buddy. It's all you. This is so awesome. And he's just loving them Fritos.
Jump around in front of the TV. Right.
Yeah. As I eat my Fritos, that's so good.
I did buy is it called Let's Dance? What's it called? Just Dance.
Yeah, Just Dance 2016?
I bought 2015.
Oh, okay.
But me and Amara had a lot of fun with that game.
That's so much fun to do.
Just speaking of Kinect.
Oh, yeah.
I'd much rather do that than wear a virtual reality headset.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying,
on that?
Well, that's one use case. So basically for VR, like we just had mentioned, like, yeah, we could do some kind of like flight simulator thing. But like, it's just one thing.
Right.
For me, the whole point is I don't need to be that immersed.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't. Give me the like we grew up with TVs. We grew up with more of a 2-dimensional aspect of it. I don't need to be that immersed in it. And I'm fine with that.
That's how I feel.
I'd much rather have like projection take up, half of the wall to my right, half of the wall to my left, and the whole wall in front of me than do a virtual reality headset.
Yeah, I know the demos I've seen of that. That looks cool.
That looks really cool. Yeah, when people have what are they doing? Taking the Kinect and a projector and kind of flipping it. There was some people that kind of put it together on YouTube, and I was like, and it was pretty impressive how they kind of had the projection bleeding out of the television, and you kind of felt immersed like that. I'd much rather do that.
Yeah, that looked pretty neat, though.
And I think that this is going to sound stupid, but virtual reality for me, I'm like, if we're going to do it, let's go all in. Like the Morpheus, has these crappy little headphones. Oculus Rift, you have to have a separate pair of headphones. I'm like, let's do a helmet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And let's get it done so I can have great sound and full immersion, not like this thing that I'm wearing on my head and then I have to wear headphones over it and all that business. Ugh.
Yep.
Come on.
I love it.
How much is this thing going to be? Like if they make it right? Top notch?
$500.
Easily.
It can't be more than $500. Nobody will buy it.
Well, and then what does it require? Like Morpheus's thing is that it's got kind of an underpowered PC running it.
Yeah, I would think that I would want it. I would want to wait until whatever it's not obviously not Bluetooth, but whatever technology can send it wirelessly to the headset the fastest.
Right.
And not make you puke.
Yeah, I don't want it to come out till then because I think the wires take you out of the thing if you can't turn around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Anyway. Looked like it was working for Palmer on that cover.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
All right, moving on. On that note, moving on. Facebook, Ed Placencia, 'tis the season for Halloween and spooky type stuff. That being said, what jump scare, either in-game, movie, or real life, got you the closest to needing a change of pants?
Oh, man.
For Gabe, it's everything. It's
exactly anything that's even half scary. I was scared during everyone's gone to the rapture and nothing happened the whole game.
That's so awesome. He's sweating bullets on that one.
Exactly. I was just waiting. The anticipation was like, oh gosh, something's going to happen any minute, but didn't happen.
I don't know, man. I haven't really been that freaked out recently.
That's
or like that.
Scary.
I mean,
PT was pretty
PT
crazy.
Was good.
And then I played, I actually have to get the video from Adam, but me and Nick, when I was in Chicago, played the 4D, one of the 4D sit-down arcade games where you're shooting. It's like you're in a haunted house and you have 3D glasses on and it's blowing air on you and stuff is screaming and just jumping out. And we were definitely
That's awesome.
shooting stuff. So that was really fun. I got to get that video from Adam.
That's awesome.
That sounds great.
That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know. Shoot. I mean, there were some several jump scare moments when I was playing the Dead Space series that I was like, okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Because I'm
okay. Yeah.
Yes. Some of those creatures are just they just come out and of course glass breaks and it's right next to you.
Exactly.
Shoot him. You get all freaked out.
Kill him.
He's coming for me. Let's go. So, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of like what was the last movie? Like, to me, a lot of like the horror ones, that seems like that's all they do. And does that get old? You know, like is that just too old now?
Your body doesn't get used to it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
you're still like, true. Oh shoot, dang it.
Yeah, now you just get mad. You're like, dang it.
Exactly.
I feel like the Walking Dead show like has those moments all the time where like somebody's just kind of like there,
yeah,
and all of a sudden there's a zombie in their back. Like,
right, exactly.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And man,
they do that all the time.
So not only are you like getting jumps here, but you're also stressed out from because that show
it's just gruesome and all that
it's gruesome.
Stuff.
That show just stresses you out. I'm finally starting to get caught up in 5, and I've just watched one of the episodes after 1, and I'm already like, I'm stressed out.
Wait till you get to 6.
I know. I'm looking
Every
forward to it.
episode so far has been like a season finale quality episode.
Are you serious?
It's ridiculous.
This past one raised all kinds of hell with a lot of people. Like everybody was.
Dude,
like,
I don't know how this last one couldn't get spoiled for everybody.
It got spoiled for me. Straight up.
Everybody on the
Instagram.
internet like went crazy.
I was like, no, I'm still back in season 4.
Well, when you see how it happens, it's going to make you kind of question it. So
that's what I've heard too. So I'm like, no, okay, good, but okay, good.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, I'm down for that. He's been on the brink before, so you know, not without spoiling who it is, but you know, he's been on the brink.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Moving on to Twitter, Lane White at Lanes to RM. Hey, who would win in a fight between Master Chief, Mario, and Kratos? But here's the catch. No one can use their hands. Master Chief, dude, because he's got a helmet. He could just headbutt him to death.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, Mario can jump pretty high.
Mario would jump on him.
That's true.
But it might not hurt him in real life. It might just work in his game. Like,
Kratos,
jumping on people doesn't do anything.
Right?
Yeah, Kratos would just be running around, flexing.
If you could use your arms, it'd be Kratos, probably.
Oh, without a doubt, it'd be Kratos. I think.
Yeah.
Because Kratos can take bullets, I think. I'd want to believe that Kratos can take some bullets.
Yeah, but how are you firing those bullets? You can't use your hands.
No, I'm saying if you could.
Oh, yeah.
Master Chief would have a gun.
Yeah, that's very true.
Mario can set him on fire, but you know, never thought of Mario as much of a fighter.
And grow bigger and crush him that way.
That's true. Yeah, maybe Mario would win this thing if he had some mushrooms going.
That's right.
He had that shroom power.
Druggy.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
At Arctic Warlocks. Alrighty, TR. As Hall and Gabe are exempt from this by default, how long are you lasting in the No Shave November? # No Shave November, also known as Movember. Dude, I'm going full out. I'm just gonna trim it up on Halloween night or like the next day, and I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm letting it go.
I don't know if I've ever seen you like that before.
I haven't seen myself either. Look, I've got a new nose and I'm a new man. I might as well try some new things. Come on now.
I love
You're going to look
that.
even more like Dirk Bentley now. You're going to have that 10 o'clock shadow.
Funny story. Went
10
back
o'clock.
To the
Why 10 o'clock shadow?
I'm going to have a 10 o'clock.
Because it goes longer than 5. Dirk's has a thing that's a little bit more grown out. So it's a 10 o'clock shadow, not a 5.
Speaking of Dirks, went back to the Egg and I because I told you that story of the girl who wanted to take a picture.
Yeah.
Because she thought I was this Dirks. She was there and she walks by. She goes, "Oh, hi, Dirks." I was like, "Hi, baby, how you doing?" It was really awesome. Yeah, man, I love me some Movember. I'm actually after Halloween. I'm starting. Like, I haven't worked out in 2 months. Like, I'm getting back into it. Like, this is the time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not on vacation. I don't have surgery. There's like, this is the. I have a nice long period of time where I can just kind of get back to being healthy. Working
you guys
out
will
more.
go somewhere.
And no, not during the holidays. Not for Lauren.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we'll go somewhere. I'm sure.
I thought you were going to say that you were going to like turn into the chubby ninja. Because you were like, I haven't worked out in a few months.
Yeah, so I'm just going to let everything go.
Out,
exactly.
In my head.
No, but this whole Movember thing is it's to celebrate men's health. So that's one of the reasons. And there's No Shave November. Everybody has a different like version of their like for me, Movember represents like men's health. Let's just grow out your beard. Let's get all manly and do that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing.
To answer your question, I'm going to do Mo 2016. Just like I've done every year so far.
Mo 2016. I love it.
No shave all year. Yeah.
Actually, hey, we need to talk about in like 02, I think. I don't know.
We need to talk about this next question from Aaron Bonner at Takana Rosen. Will you guys be participating in Extra Life? It's back on November 7th.
Right. It's coming up.
They're doing Extra Life. So can we get an MTTG scary game stream with all three of you?
Sure can't.
Surely not gonna happen. You're
I'm
on
gone.
The road, Gabe, right?
I'm gone on November 7th.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want to do something. So maybe.
Yeah, we gotta figure something out.
November 7th, you said?
Yeah, that's the official
date. Dang it, Fallout's not out yet.
Well, you can play Witcher. Just play Witcher. I'll play Assassin's Creed, and you play
How
keep
much
playing
Witcher. Do I have left?
I'll be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Nice. You have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we'll do something. And maybe we put together. I almost did it on the plane coming back because I saw this and I had Wi-Fi on Southwest anyway. And I what if should we set up an MTTG team and just have all of our community donate there, and then we can go from there. I think that we got to do something. So maybe we do that.
Something, man.
What did we do in the past? We picked somebody and supported them.
There was a couple family members who would email us and give us their information, and we donated 3 different people last time. But I want to get all of us involved, and we will do it for Vanderbilt Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that could be cool.
And because you can pick which hospital you want to do.
Oh, great.
So maybe I'll put that together and let's reach a goal. We'll keep it low.
Please
maybe
do
like
that.
$200. All right. So I'll get that set up and I'll tweet everybody when it's up and running. Let's do that.
Sweet. I love that.
I love that. But I love when gamers give back, and I love this kind of stuff. All this Gamergate stuff and everything happening and all this negativity with video games. This is our time to shine. This is how we can this is how we can give back and do what we love doing, and also do it for charity and do it for kids. So let's do that.
Yeah, some Act Right. Can I get some?
That's right. I'm going to shelve the rest of these questions, man. We are out of time.
Oh, snap.
Just like that.
Time already.
So I'll keep some. Oh, you know what? I have to do this one because it's Halloween, and I love this question. Eric Green at ECG28713. Out of you three, who would die first in the zombie apocalypse? I love that question because, to be honest, I will say this: pre-nasal problems and allergies, I would die because I'd be, I'd be sniffling and they'd hunt me down.
Yeah,
they would hear me and hunt me down. But now that I'm a new man, I'm invincible. Man. Let's do this.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I don't know, man. That's a great question.
How fast are you, Hall?
Yeah. I'm kind of like you. I'd surprise people, I guess.
Yeah, see?
Shoot, man. I don't know. Who would die first?
If one goes, we all go. How's that? But that's the thing. Like, if the three of us can be together, I think we'd be a pretty dang good team.
Me too. That's what I'm thinking.
I think we'd be crushing. So we could. I don't know, man.
If you're going by the way movies usually go.
Oh, sorry, Gabe. That's awesome.
I'm probably the first one to go.
Poor Gabe.
Yeah. Even though I don't know why the black person is always the first one to die, when it's always the white people that are like, "Oh, I think I heard a sound upstairs. Let me go upstairs and see what it was."
I'll play the dumb role of like, "Hey, what's in the basement?"
Exactly. Black people are known for running. Like we don't even like being in any kind of scary situation ever.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's flip that question. I think we would be a force to be reckoned with if the three of us.
Yeah.
I think we would be able to survive a long, long time. To be perfectly honest.
Let's just say that Darius Rucker is going to win because he probably has a bug out helicopter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, the most we have is a bug out bag. If we're lucky.
I like it.
I love that. That's good stuff.
I've watched enough Walking Dead. I think we'll all be good.
Yeah, man. I think we would be too. I really do. I think, that's good. We'll leave it at that. I'll keep the rest of these questions and we'll add more for next week. But man, thank you everybody for always participating. We love this. I love this segment, and it's good stuff.
It is good stuff. So like every year when Halloween is coming up, we are asking you, what are you dressing up for Halloween? And send us your pictures. So I'll send a reminder out on Monday like I always do. And we want pictures and we want to know what you are for Halloween because it's always so fun. Hall, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I think we're just going to do the same Mario Peach thing we did.
Nice.
Nice. Recently.
Yep. Smart. Router?
I hope it comes today. Buddy the Elf.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome. Because I'm going full character too, because I can recite that movie anyway. So it's going to be.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It's going to be legendary.
Buddy the Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, the yellow ones don't stop.
That's right.
That's great.
If you grow your hair out, will it be curly too?
Oh no, I got the wig too.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be great. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. I'm looking
awesome.
forward to it.
Me and Jenny were talking about it like this whole Halloween period has snuck up on us. And
yeah, big time.
Amara is still going to be Honey Lemon from Big Hero 6.
Oh, and awesome.
I was like, I guess I'll be Darius Rucker for this Halloween. So I need to get like a bent bill hat. But I don't know what I'm going to be actually. We had huge plans of being Big Hero 6 and Remy being, what's his name, and Baymax. But when we were selling the house and had to like clean up everything and then tour, it all just kind of snuck up on us.
Oh yeah.
So
you got a few things going on, bro. We get it.
Yeah, I was going to say you had the house stuff going on, so you could go as like the general contractor, and everybody else can be your workers or something.
Or just get like a few cardboard boxes, put a few armholes in it, and you'll be good to go. Just put "we're moving" on it. Or something. I don't know.
I'm a moving box.
I'm a moving box. I like that. Actually. That's not a bad idea.
That's really funny. That's how we announced
that we
sold the house. That's so great.
And just like Sharpie in your new address or something. I don't know. No, don't do that because you don't want creepers coming up.
Exactly. Knowing exactly what's going on.
You could dress Amara up like a house and dress Remy up like a guest house.
Remy's the pool house.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
That's funny.
I love it.
All right, you guys, let us know. Use hashtag AnswerMTTG. We want pictures. We got great pictures last year. We'd love to get some more this year. Thank you guys so much for listening. I am Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Timothy Hall. And we are married to the games. And we are up out this thing. Peace!